RIB. Well, actually, I'm putting on YouTube just to listen in. I'm really this is for members only. I have two programs. Well, actually, there's one, Lesko Help, but there's two platforms. One is on Facebook and one is on something called Lesko Help too. And I'm doing now is for the paid members on Lesko Help. I'm answering their questions now for the good part of 45 minutes or so. So that's where I'm now. So it's going to be difficult for me to answer any questions on YouTube today. Other days I'll be there, and when I go exercise and I do all that on YouTube and try to answer questions there too. For free. Otherwise, this is a members thing because we have our grant giveaway. Tomorrow at midnight is the deadline for our March 4th grant giveaway. And we're giving away $60,000 to try to help members. And it's only for members. And let's see, let me start on. Oh, that was fast, Smiley.
It's very,
What,
the
yucky?
weather has declined.
Really?
It's very cold,
Oh,
and it's starting to rain,
oh, good,
and
good.
it feels more like sleep. So you should just stay inside.
I was planning to.
Oh, you were?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I just have too much to do. Charity, how are you? You were gonna send me something. I forget what the heck it was, Charity. Anyway, I remember. I'll go to go to Lesko 2. Lesko Help 2. I'm live on Lesko Help 2 to answer questions from members. But I have the YouTube stream on, so you could listen and eavesdrop and grab the things that are useful for you. But I'm really going to concentrate on members and answer their questions because they're the paying people. I wish I could do all this for free, but I got to help doing it, so people have to get paid. My mortgage guy likes getting paid and stuff like that. So that's why at least what I'm proud of is that we only charge $20. I mean, this kind of business, man, people charge hundreds and thousands. I actually used to charge thousands of dollars for Fortune 500 companies. This is the exact same thing. But I thought what this country needs, really, if the government's not going to give it to you free, it has to be as cheap as possible. So I got it down to $20, I feel, and that's because of the technology. I've been doing this for 40, 50 years, and the technology has changed and made it easier really to help people now than ever before, and that's fun. But it still it takes something to keep the lights on. So that's why $20, I'm pretty happy with that. And we were able to make a profit, which shocks me. And that's what we do with the profits is we give it back to members. So right now we're up to like $60,000 a month profit giving back to members. And I'm working on another grant program for people who need help with car repairs. There's so many people now, their cars can't work. We all got old cars. I do. Mine are 20 years old. And if that's gone, well, particularly in a lot of places in this country, you can't take care of yourself. You can't take care of your family or whatever if you don't have that. So we're going to have another smaller grant thing, maybe about $5,000 or so, and maybe give to 10 people who need help with their car, and $500 a piece for cars. So we're setting that up. So watch that. That'll be around soon. But tomorrow is the last day to apply for this one. And by the way, you could only win once. A lot of people say, and your subscription has to be current. So how do you check if your subscription is current? You go to Lesko Help Member, to check on your subscription to be current. Okay, and that's important to know. And alcohol, you could stop your subscription there too, or start it or whatever. You have complete control over us. You do, but sometimes it's hard to get customer service and all that kind of stuff. We're just, in today's society, we're all busy people, right? And so that's sometimes a problem. But our customer service is Magic Mary. That's what I call her, because she does all this stuff that I can't possibly do. And oh, Misty's here. Hi. Misty, I want to talk to you about the automobile thing, the repair thing for automobiles. Um, you know, Misty is one of the angels that do the hard work of making sure you get paid attention to, and that we could possibly help you in any way we can, because that's the important thing. We all, you know, the help is out there. It takes work, you know, and I think that it's really work on your part too, not only on our part, but I think, you know, we have to give you the support to do that work. And that's what I think that we're all about, is supporting you to really do the work. We point you, because first of all, most people don't even have any foggy idea where the hell this is in the government. And they'll just flounder. So, and it's easy to do, because what happens if people go to Google? And blessed soul, you know, Google does a lot of good things, but they're not good at getting things for free. Or getting free help, or getting money and things like that. Google is wonderful if you want to spend money or make money, okay? So that's when you use Google. But if you're trying to, you know, solve a financial problem or do something special in life and things like that, Google you don't want to go to, because everything there is geared to try to get money from you, and they spend a lot of time, you know, working on that algorithm that will get money out of your pocket and into their pocket, okay? So that's you're up against a tough competition, because they think about it, you know, 24 hours a day, and they've been doing it for years and years and years. So, you know, you just come on the scene and, Google sounds good, I'll do it. And it's full of sharks, and so you don't know a good one, and they pretend, you know, it's so easy for them to pretend they're something they're not, or the main thing is you don't know your options. So if somebody promises you all this kind of stuff, and say, oh, you just have to send me $500, you don't know your options. Say, well, God, I'll scrape together $500 because I got nothing else to lose, and I'm really in trouble, whatever. And that's what hurts my heart, you know, is see that, and what we try to do is fight that, because we want to show you the options. Now, the options, even if somebody says, charges you $500, I mean, there's no way it's going to be easy. That's all. It has to take work on your side. And that's what I hope that we do, you know, is not only encourage you, but show you how to do it. That's why we have the training things. You know, Misty and Tammy and Sabrina all help with our grant workshops, I sort of call them. You call them what they want, but it's to have someone personal to talk to kick you down the road a little bit, and that's what it is. And don't forget to apply to our grant. Costs nothing, you know, to apply, and you'll see the link on top of both our sites. There's an application. You just fill out the blanks. It take you less than 3 minutes to do the whole thing, and you sit back and wait for us to process these. It takes us about 2 weeks. It takes you 2 minutes, and us 2 weeks. That's what age does. I don't know, but it's important, and the joy for us is having that extra money to solve somebody else's problem. And boy, the messages we get back from people, how much it meant to them. I mean, I truthfully can't think of anything else I'm going to do for the rest of my life, you know, except more of this. When I see what it can do to people, and how just a little bit of effort on our part can mean so much to somebody, and help them along in life. I mean, in the biggest, you know, picture of things, sure, we're not curing cancer or anything like that, but I think that's what all of us have, the tools and everything we need to help at least one other person. And that's what I see Lesko help as. And I see the members do that too. And that's what excites me about the members in Lesko Help, that they're so kind and generous too of helping other members. Because they go out and find something, you know, like Tammy, you pick her brain. Yeah, she's got over $100,000. sitting from her couch or wherever she is. I have government programs. They're learning this. And so she's delightful in sharing that and sharing the enthusiasm and helping you, because me saying it, somebody who acts like a clown and dresses like a clown, how could you trust me? Tammy's real people, that does this and keeps doing it and learns the system. I think most of us want something real easy, and then that's human nature, and that's understandable. So you have to pick and choose your battles. What's really important for you? If you really need that $5,000 for whatever it is, and that's an important thing in your life, well, then you have to keep going to get it. You just can't try one or two places and think that's it. Like now, I just did a video you'll see on YouTube on they're going to cut back on food stamps because they increase the amount of food stamps people get. In about 23 states, they're going to cut back anywhere from $90 per person to $250 per person. So in those 23 states, people will be getting, up to $250 less in grocery money. So what do you do? And that's why, sure, okay, that program doesn't have it, and where are you going to go to find it? Well, in the video, you'll see what I did is I went to findhelp.org. That's one of my favorite places, because that's a website of just nonprofits. See, just people who give you money and give you help to solve problems. Maybe those websites are in Google, but you'll never find them. See, but that's a separate website, only free stuff, but that's just a starting place. And 211.org is another one. So you got findhelp.org and 211.org. To me, what's the problem with 211 is that a lot of people will go to 211 and call 211 and ask an operator, are there programs? And the operator, you got to rely on too much. They don't know programs for your area. They do, they know something and whatever. But if they say there are none, then that's probably 90% of the time is wrong. They're just, they don't know about them and whatever. So what you do is don't call 211. And that's why findhelp.org does not have a general number to call. So like for food, okay, now I went into my area where I live, put in my zip code on findhelp.org, and there were literally probably 150 programs that help people with food. These are all nonprofit organizations, and they're everything from helping you pay for food or deliver food or anything, nonprofit, so they're not going to charge you for money. Now, the key to handling that is you see, okay, you have 100 people there or 100 organizations. What are you going to do? You have a bigger problem. No, you don't. Your problem is getting narrow, because before this, you had Google, which gave you 1 billion, okay? So 100 is manageable. 1 billion is, suicidal. So you're not gonna do anything. So that's what's neat about that. So now the work begins. The work begins, and what you do with that 100, you start calling, go A to Z any way you want. You start calling these people. You think, so maybe there was a section there on paying for food, and there were like 20 people there. Okay, the 20 people that help people paying for food. Now that's a good base to start, because now you have at least you have a barrel. You know how to shoot them in a barrel. They may not be perfect or whatever, but you don't know. But at least see what's good about those 20 people. Every one of them spends their career helping people with food insecurity. So money to pay for groceries, okay? So that's all they do. You and I have the problem once or whatever thing, but they're doing it all the time. So a program changes like this, they know about it. They know what's changing. They've been preparing for it, because it doesn't happen out of the blue. They're worrying, and they know other programs that always do. There's redundancy in everything. There's more than one people helping people with food, or whatever. And like there's 200 programs that I just found easily where I live. So that's it. So you talk to them. Okay, my food stamps are going to shrink by $100, $250, whatever. Can you suggest somewhere else? Do you have help? Can you help me with grocery money? Now they'll say yes or they'll say no. You know, and that's what. Okay, so if they say yes, then you're golden, right? So you say, okay, how do I get some? What do I do? Tell me what to do. And you do everything a bureaucrat tells you, because a bureaucrat doesn't have power to change the system. Nobody does but the elected officials. So you and I don't have power to change any system set up. So don't complain about the system. Don't say it's not fair. Don't say it's you're discriminated against. It doesn't matter. If you want the help, that's irrelevant. Nobody's going to change the system today just for you. You have to go through the legislative process and a whole bunch of things. So you want to know what's there, what do I have to do, and figure a way for any roadblock over, through, or around it, and the main thing to that when you talk to these people is being kind. The only thing that you have to make sure you get the most help as possible is you and your personality. How nice you are to them determines how much they're going to help you. You're not going to bribe them? Well, maybe you will. A lot of people do that, right? But it is, you're probably not going to. So, but you do have power over them as a human. That's why it's important, very important, to call people so they know you're a human. A digit, it's easy to fail. Oh, no, I want to go to lunch anyway. No, we're all finished for the day or so. But they call and they hear you as a human. It's hard, not to help a human when they say they need help. So that's what you have. But you have to be a human. Everybody wants to be a digit, and what surprises me is that everybody wants to be a computer and computerize everything. Let's see, I didn't see this message. And what was I saying? Everybody wants to be a computer, and that's not, doesn't feel warm and toasty. You're going to do it as an obligation or something because there's a person behind it somewhere. But if you see the person, feel the person, hear the person or whatever, it's harder not to help them. It's not harder not to, oh, wait a minute, there's something else I should know about. And they go down to the drawer down at the bottom of their file cabinet. Oh, there was this program over here, and I bet they have. This could help him, whatever. But that's the power you have. That's the power we all have over the bureaucrats, and that's a bad term, but they know it, but they're your neighbors. They're people making a living, trying to help people. What could be better than that? Man, you get a job making lots of money, and all you do all day is help people get money. And they don't have to ask for money at all because they just get that green check in the mail every 2 weeks or whatever it is. And what a blessing they have, right? What a great thing. It's like I used to like to play golf, and to me the ideal job was playing golf all day, right? Now I found this much better. And like I said earlier, I'll do this for the rest of my life because it feels so good. And I just can't get over what this group has done and how it's grown. A couple of years ago when I started this, I thought, well, I was just trying, because I did better than I thought I'd ever do by selling books and stuff like that, and the businesses I had. And at my age, because I'm, I'll be 80 soon, I said, I just want to keep doing the stuff I do. I enjoy working every day and just having a little business and be able to pay my bills. But this has grown so much. I can't believe how successful it is. And it's been more rewarding than anything. I mean, I've been on Oprah like 2 or 3 times, and Larry King a dozen, and all this kind of stuff. Nothing beats the satisfaction that I get from seeing and helping, individually like this. And now the technology allows that. I mean, it's just amazing. And before, people used to buy a book for $40 and they get this thing and, oh God, what do I do now? And they use it as a door stopper because they were all big books. But now, boy, see, I could help you one-on-one. And other people helping too. That's the other thing. See, I even think that, boy, if I croak or whatever, I thought, well, this will disappear without me because, it's mostly me, but it's not anymore. It's not me, it's you. It's you helping people. It's you learning about things and sharing with other people. I mean, I can't believe what's going on. So I see, I won't be missed. Maybe the suits will. But I won't. And that's just a nice feeling. And I never thought that. I wasn't looking to build anything. The younger I was looking to build. And I remember starting a business in my bedroom with me, a phone, and a desk. This is before computers, but that's how you did business. All you needed, and I started 2 other businesses. I had an MBA in computers, had a computer software company that failed, a bunch of businesses that failed. And when I started a business where I tried, well, shit, I'm just gonna have fun. And I just started with no money, whatever, me, a phone, and a desk, and looking for customers. That's when people want to start a business and want money. Yes, you can, but there's also ways to do it without money. And that's why when you're out there and you're trying to get money for start a business, it's because you don't know your options in other ways to start business. So everybody teaches you, and you go online, they're going to say all this money you need to start a business. But 99% of the times you don't. There's always another way to do it without money. But go ahead and try. And that's why in businesses, when people ask about money, I say, okay, don't look for money yet. Because number one, if you're just calling for money, people who can really help you with their business, you sound too greedy. I said, like you sound like somebody who, just wants to get in your pocket or your pants or whatever, and not understand what is there. Because we don't, the options that are there and the help that are there, the people will give you help right now. Anybody on this list now that wants to start a business, then you find your local community navigators that are paid by the government to help you look for money, help you think through your idea, because that's it. We don't know enough about our idea. And that's why I always believe you don't want to start money, you don't want to get money to start a business. Every time I did it, I went bust, and the ones I didn't, then I was able to feel through what I should be doing. Because in the beginning of an idea, to make money or to do anything, that will evolve. It'll evolve to something else because you don't have customers yet. We think we know what people want. Yeah, stay married for a while. If you think you know what other people want. You don't. And customers are even harder. You don't even live with these people and you say, oh, everybody needs this. Yeah, you think they should, but they probably don't. So you have to go through that process of failing and realizing, oh shit, I thought the wrong thing. But they teach you. See, that's why it's so important. The only way you're going to learn is by failing in what you have in your head now. So you got to go out and fail. And all that shit is in your head now, like happened to me, happens to everybody, until you hone in on what really is it. And the only way you get there faster is not by looking for money, not by looking for legal all this other stuff that the internet is there to sell you. It's by finding customers, okay? Finding customers, and that's it, because that is the only thing that makes sense. Nothing else is important in your business. Nothing else. Nothing. Because if you don't have a customer, you don't have a business. So everything else that people will tell you is so important. You gotta have this website, gotta have this, that, the other thing. Maybe, maybe not. But if you don't have a customer, it doesn't matter. And that's it. So let's try to help some people here with questions, okay? Let's see, I guess that's on the chat. I'm looking at participants. Okay. I guess, you've been asking questions the whole time. Say, stupid old me. How you doing today? I get started. Oh my goodness. We got lots of, oh my goodness. Oh, Stephanie, let's go. How do I find an earmark grant? And call my senator's office and they said they know nothing about it. Well, you gotta, earmarks are all over the government. Where do I go next? Also, I asked for real estate funding for low income, LA, homeless, multi-million. They said that to identify the city that you want to work in and call HUD development. That's a part. What I would do, okay, earmarks. Yes, there are earmarks, everything. Okay, go on Facebook and start a discussion there, and let me get your report on earmarks, okay, on how to do that. They get funding way because they do not have funds to individuals. Well, Yes, but if you're an entrepreneur and want to build houses, they do. Should I represent a proposal before no, you don't write anything before reaching out. You go to organizations that give out money for that purpose, and you understand what they want, what they need before you do anything. Because again, it is, you don't know any details. So you got to understand, and that's why talking to people is more good for you for calling the senator's office. Call your congressman, maybe they know, they haven't. They just came back about 2-3 years ago. It used to be, everybody always did that. Okay, now for low, also asked about real estate funding for low-income elderly home. Oh, if you want to do multi-level housing, yes, I mean, but you know, if you're gonna build a housing building, I mean, you can do it yourself, or you could be an organization or an individual and do that. The money could go to business as you as a sole proprietor. You don't even have to be incorporated, okay? But you got to learn that system. Now, they say HUD, yes, a lot of that money comes from HUD, but also other places. But it funnels down to local things. And so the local office that gets that HUD money will also have other sources of income too. So that's why you want to go local, not federal. And because they're getting that federal money, they're getting state money, and other. The best place to start for anything like that for housing is your county office of community development. County office of community development. Call your county government at that. And the best thing to do, and I have a video on YouTube of a local county who does that. And yeah, they're looking for people to do projects for them. See, they get money and then they hire people or give it to other people to solve problems, whether it's fixing up houses or building houses or whatever. So that's it. Kindness is the best resource of only. Oh, charity. And let's see. Can I please list available grants in Michigan? Marion, okay, now, what you want to do is get our, let me send you this copy. Okay, here's my, no, that didn't work. Okay, I'm going to give you a copy of Meta Grants Report, I call. Now, this is my cheat sheet that I use when I answer questions, okay? And so I'll give you the whole thing here. There must be 500 sources in here that help. Oh, where'd it go? To help you, so that the links are in there. Okay, there it is, yeah, okay. See, the Meta Grants Report, okay? We got that one. I want to. Hi, Danny, keywords, you guys write this down, appreciate it. Rachel, I have joined the training classes yet. Santa Rosa Beach, ooh, nice. Hi, Matthew loves answering your questions. Yes, yeah. Hi, Tammy, I'm hoping in spirits today. I've been searching and applying for grants for the last 3 years and still unable to win one for my nonprofit. What am I doing wrong? Look at the, I mean, really just haven't done enough places, you know. I mean, it is not that you're doing anything wrong, it's just not a match. So you have to keep your ears open and whatever. Now, I have in here, in the Meta report, there's a listing there of, there's about 15 best sources for nonprofits. And that's where to go to get help for nonprofits. And like, if you're a nonprofit is going to help the community, then it depends. So, but one place, like I just said, the Community Development Office is looking for nonprofits to solve problems, say for the elderly or kids or whatever, you know, things in the neighborhood. So they're gonna, they have money to help you, so they support nonprofits that way. There's 2 databases in the government, in your library, and one that is not in the library. One is called the Foundation Center. Foundation Center, and God, what the hell? Indeed, is it? No, that's the, is that it? Let me get the name of it. let me get it. Like, there's two big databases for, like, two big databases that have all the foundations. See, if you're a nonprofit, there's two places to get money. It's, Candid, that's right. Is government grants and then foundation grants. Okay, now for foundation grants, Candid, candid.org. Candid.org is a database of foundation centers that give out money to nonprofit organizations, okay? And in the meta grant reports, I have a section on that for all the nonprofit sources. So I go through the list of that, whatever. And even, I don't know if you know, as a nonprofit, say a fundraising thing, you could sign up to get $10,000 a month from Google because you're a nonprofit and use that as advertising money to raise funding, okay? You hear that? I mean, that's incredible. So there's a $100,000 grant you could apply for right now. Now, you can't buy, computers or whatever you want to drive, but it's marketing to do fundraising. So you're going to get $100,000 to help you do marketing to fundraise. As I have many projects that require 30. Stephen, no, we don't do that. We can't at 30, $20. We have to, I can't call everybody and talk to for an hour or two. I have a lot of problem. You keep asking, you tell us a project, and we show you where the best places is to start to get money for your project, okay? And then you have to follow up. And to help like this, or on the, I will pay for that. No, it doesn't matter. We can't pay. I mean, to make a living doing that here, I used to do that, and I'd have to charge it $2,000 or something. And I just don't want to be that guy. There are other people who will charge a lot of money, to do that. We won't. We're really trying not to do that. Then I have to spend time making that, no, and that's not for us. If you have that money to spend on that, then maybe this is not the best service for you, and we just don't want to be in that business. Hi, and good afternoon. It's a pleasure to hear you today. Well, it's a pleasure to be alive today, I'll tell you. And that's it. Yeah, Stephen, no, we're really just interested in helping people who don't have, a lot of money to spend on this. And that's what we're trying to get good at. Alice, amen, okay. Yeah, that's what we give, probably if it's more money we want, it would, we would give away our profits, right? So you giving us more money is not really helping us, because we're giving it back, and so we're trying to do that as most efficiently as we can. I have problems with getting Lesko feed. Which feed? Kibble? That is what I do with nonprofit and the indigenous help. Oh, good. I'm not sure how to get a car. Charity, in the grant report, in the meta grant report, look at item 10. Item 10 in that is the sources for getting a free car. There are a lot of nonprofits, a lot of local places too. And it's different all over the country. Different people have different programs. So you have to look locally. You could go to Find Help and 211 and put in transportation and see what is there. Also, another place to find out about the federal programs, a lot of the Career One Stop that is available. You're older, 68, and things do not work for me. Well, I'm 79, 79, I'll be 80 in a few months. So you're 68, yeah. Oh yeah, we all have to struggle through shit to get through it. Well, you just struggle and do it. Take you longer, whatever. Doesn't matter. You won't be late. That's okay. 65. What, all these kids here. 65, 50, whatever. That's nothing. Happy birthday, enjoy. Yeah, thank you. I am a 41. Oh, the child. That's a bit of grant application to get the maximum grant. What do you put in the grant application? Don't worry about what to put in the grant application. You'll find that when you have the application. And that's why never worry about a grant application. Everybody likes to worry about grant applications because everybody says they are a problem. Yeah, they can be. And that the people telling you they're a problem are the people who are selling you they'll help you write a grant application. So don't, and tell you the truth, I've been doing this for, 40 years. If there were half a dozen places that really needed a grant application, there would have been a lot. Everything for the average person, you don't need a grant application. Maybe the guy who has a big nonprofit he's trying to do or whatever, yes, that bit. You're looking for things to get through life and pay for living expenses, start a business, get trained, healthcare, all that. No, don't need anybody to help you with any application. And the application help you need will come from the people giving you the money. So, and the other way to look at that is, you look good for your age. Keep it up, whatever you're doing. And the good Lord has been good. Yes, Alice, that has been. Actually, I forgot that ARC was the micro grant application open right now. I don't know ARC. Okay, whatever. But your local career one-stop, find a counselor there because they help people who have barriers to getting a job. So one of your barriers to getting a job may be transportation. You don't have a car, okay? So that's why they're there to help you eliminate barriers to getting work. So that's why that's another place to go. So that's why I think what my asset is, I'm hanging around these agencies for 40 years or more, trying to get the average person to use them. In other words, most people, I don't have a car, okay? Hi all, you're 85 members. Oh, 85, I thought you meant 85 years old. How do I get the grant application? Well, like I say, don't worry. You have to find the program to apply to. That's the key. So it depends on when you find it. That's why when you call me or when you ask us a question, what we do is show you the most likely places in your city where you live that have money and help for the problem you're trying to solve, okay? So okay, you want an application to apply for a grant, okay, for a car, okay? Like I say, okay, one of the places to check is your Career One-Stop Center. Your Career One-Stop Center may be able to help you finance a car of some sort. Many do, not all of them. So you got to check locally. And you tell them your situation. If they have something, then they give you the application for it. See, that's how it works. So they may not have it. So that's why the search is really who has this kind of stuff that you're looking for. And you have to use people to find that, just going on the website and looking, that may get you a little closer maybe. I am a 3-day member. Thank you for 3 days. I didn't know we had a program that short. Thanks for joining. But everybody here, remember, apply for our grant that ends tomorrow night at midnight. So the last application will be midnight tomorrow. And if you miss that, then you have to go. You have to go for next month. We have them every month, so make sure you do that. Make sure you get your mini grant report for your state. Okay. Now here, Dustin? Here's the mega grant report. Okay. Download this mega grant report because it shows you how to download your state mini grant report, okay? Now what I've done, and it took about 5 years to do this, I I took every state and show you about 500 programs in that state. They're only in that state, okay? So all the links are there for that state. And I've broken it down, whether it's paying bills, whether it's education, whether it's housing, whatever it is. I have all the starting places are all right there for you to get what you need. If you have a personal report, I will be on page 76. So that's watching on my phone, tried copying the link for grants and nonprofit research where they're, Diana, let's get you a free laptop, okay? Here's what to do. Go to Diana, for a free laptop, go to 211.org and find help.org and put in computers. Now, what we want you to do is call a few of those organizations that are listed that they say they help people get free computers, because the phone is very difficult. I mean, I'm members happy for my laptop giveaway. Oh, see, Tammy got a laptop. And she knows how, because it's different than trying a phone. But we have members who use phones and got $30,000-$40,000 just on the phone. Oh, you did too, Charity. Okay, that's right. You got that on a shower curtain too. So I won all your awards. See, that's what it is. It's a numbers game about applying. So if you're not applying anything, you got to get closer to where you're applying to stuff, and then you have to get turned down. That's the part of it too. Oh, wow, damn it. I'm also a Lesko helper. So you call these places with the, they say they give away laptops, and they'll say, oh yes, you qualify, or they don't qualify. Call a few of them, and if all of them, turn out nothing, then we'll send you one, most likely. I mean, it's a supply and demand thing, but that's what we do. It's on Lesko Help 2. Go to Lesko Help 2. We have a group for free laptops, and we send it to you. Like Tammy got one, Charity got one. They're not fancy things. They're basic but brand new laptops, warranty and everything. I got a free. Oh, Amber, you got one too. Great. And see, this is real. I mean, there's nothing more than if I can give you a little boost, a little kick, or whatever, to do something. It's all about doing something. Doing something maybe you're not used to doing. I must have missed it. I'll look again. Thank you. I'm not sure what you missed. Okay. Is there a grant specifically for writers to maybe buy some time to finish their books? Yes, maybe. I've got a report, Mindy, for writers on grants. I mean, people like, the way you get a lot of that time is you sell the idea on a book. And then if publishers are interested in publishing it, they give you money to live on while you do the book, and that's how a lot of that works. For you to do it otherwise, yes. I mean, there's other places, like the government has National Endowment of the Arts has an arts council in every state, even cities, even counties have art councils. They have grants, to help artists, struggling artists, whether you're a writer, dancer, singer, or whatever it is. That's another thing. Also, there's things that Patreon, I know you have Patreon, P-A-T, I think the P-A-T-R-E-O-N, Patreon, I think that's what, that's a crowdfunding site for artists that will keep you alive. Monthly grant winners waiting participation award to come through. Extremely grateful beyond word. Oh, thank you, Amber. Sure, that's not a fake. I'm appreciative for me. I'm writing all this down. Thank you, Mindy. I'm facing eviction and have accepted a job offer with UPS. What can I do? Contact eBay. Okay, yeah. Okay, go to this justshelter.org. Go to justshelter.org. okay? And you'll see a listing of a state-by-state listing of free legal help to prevent eviction. So they'll help you get that eviction stopped. Microgreen, go remorsion for me. I also have a community dance group, that I've been finding out on my own pocket, and now I need money to pay for the studios. I'm looking for grant money for capital expenses for my microgreen. Microgreen, that's fine. Okay, let's see, there was another, for debt. Okay, you wanna go look at item number 16 in the meta report, and okay, now item number 16 in the meta report shows you how to find free financial counselors where you live. You make an appointment with them to go over your bills and your debt and all that stuff that keeps you awake at night. Because you gotta get that off your head, because you're out of your head, because it's just gonna make you sick. It used to me anyway, for building my artwork, my garage utility. Okay, so when you do that, now what you do is you go back to the meta grant report and look at items number 1, number 2, and number 4. Okay, in the meta report. Now that is a step-by-step for programs that help with daily living expenses, okay? So they'll help, those programs are there to help you with daily living expenses. So you wanna make sure that you go through that list and everything, and you call and fail. You know, if you're not failing, it means you're not calling. And if you're just waiting for the perfect one, you're gonna still keep waiting and go around in circles in Google. You have to do something that's really proactive to get stuff coming back to you. And that means maybe you have to do lots of stuff that's proactive to get stuff coming back to you. I need a free, okay, apply for a free laptop, look at, on Lesko Help 2 here, there's a group called, free laptops, right? And that's where you sign up for the free laptop. Yeah, I need a free time. Alice, yeah, okay. I need a grant for building for my artwork. I mean, a building just to put your artwork in? That's awfully nice. And utility building, too small. Well, there's a lot of empty space in this world now. I know in Washington, D.C., all the empty office space they're using going to turn into housing now, which is probably going to be great, I would think. But if you need something, I mean, if you already have a house, I mean, there's repair money, so to make an addition and things like that, there's grants for that, it depends. And if you look at item number 13 in the Meta Grants report, there are all the programs where you live for home repair and remodeling and stuff like that. So that's the grants for that. Now to buy for building, so that is, I just can't think of, if it's artwork, if it's artwork, why don't you find a gallery to put it in or somewhere, or a coffee shop to put it in, so it's a gallery in their coffee shop. Find somebody would like your artwork so you can store it and they use it as decorations, and that's a way. That's why you always have to be creative in finding something, and finding something that maybe isn't used for the purpose, isn't designed for your purpose, but can be used for your purpose. So you have to look at things more creatively to make things like that happen that nobody else would think of using something like that. Can you make monthly payments? somebody asked on YouTube about making monthly. Our subscription is monthly, so it's $20 a month, if that. And you could go to that here, Lesko, Lesko, help member.com. Go to Lesko Help Member, and you could change or cancel your subscription or whatever. For those looking for help with college fees, see item in the Meta Grant report. Great. College fee. Right, right on the head, 15. And there's so much money that is not used in college. And one of the best places I found that people don't realize is your state capital. Every state capital has money for college. And also remember that if you're looking at college, another way to look at college now, how about a community center that also offers advocacy for special ed? You talk about putting, I'm not sure what you mean to, is this about putting art in the community center, or you want to finance a community center? Yeah, a community center for special ed people, yeah, that, I'd get you to your community development company, community development office in your county and start there, and look at the nonprofit link in the Meta report. It goes step by step. There's about a dozen or more organizations locally to check for something like that. Write this stuff down. Remember, listen to is the key words. Very important. I like to think so, but things wash over us, and maybe sometimes we have to hear it 5 times, to make sense or to take action on it. Spotlight on Reserve is a print magazine that a lovely woman has been self-publishing for years. She pays her writers who are inmates and good for her. And formerly incarcerated, she's been doing it out of pocket for years and then working full time. She needs funding and support. Well, make sure you put up and go. Crowdfunding is still a great thing to do, but the problem is people just think they put a crowdfunding site up and they'll make money. No, you only make money at crowdfunding if you have a list. So what you do before you put the site up, you create a list of people who you think will be interested in it so they can promote it. Where do I look for solar install payments for my SFH? I'm not sure what SFH is. Veterans asking for help. Thank you. Well, there is a lot of money now for all this energy saving programs. Look in the beginning of the grant report for the new Biden programs for energy saving. There is so much for energy. There's up to $14,000 now for every homeowner, from these energy grants, and they're new ones. They're not even out yet. It'll probably take another couple months, but that's where you want to go. And every state department has an energy office. You want to talk to them because that's where they know the programs. There's also a major database that I have in the Mega report about for incentives for energy saving incentives, grants and stuff. Let me give you that because that's a fun. Biden's new program. Oh, that's energy. Where are they? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is a state-by-state listing, energy incentives, the money available, but the new stuff is not in there, and the new stuff will be probably another couple of weeks. Yeah, man, how you doing? That's awesome, man. Okay. Listen, guys, we have a deadline for our grant. That's deadline tomorrow, and that's why I'm like a one-arm coat hanger or whatever they call that, or paper hanger. Yeah, we're busy as hell. Anything we're student else? Yes, Ruben. Item number 15. Somebody else said that regarding your for spotlighting on recovery. Where might someone get help for that? Yeah, Madeline. In the Meta report, I have a report on crowdfunding. So copy that, download that from our report, okay? Here's support. Download that and send it to her. Because I even have a sample. I've interviewed probably, 1,000 people or more who've had successful campaigns, So here's in that. So look for the link to the crowdfunding help from your home repairs. Yes, should Gander Watson. Yeah, look number 13 in the meta report has help for home repairs and grants for that. I better kick it. I have been sick. I'm getting better Medicaid. Oh, thank you. Sorry, Alice. Michelle, I love you for giving me hope and purpose. I want to help others homeless mentally. Great, Michelle. There's nothing better to do. Okay, well, keep asking questions. And again, you could ask me questions directly over on Facebook and just start a new discussion. And I usually get them within 24, 48 hours. But right now, the deadline is for our grant, and I work like hell for these 4 or 5 days around the grant to make sure all this happens right, okay? It takes a lot of work to give away money, but it's fun. Thank you again for your kindness and treating us so nicely. Means a lot. See you soon.